Hi, welcome back to Pixelpia. Today we're gonna continue work in Google Docs and we are gonna create a recipe page. With that, we are gonna use tables to make the layout. We are gonna use bullet points and numbered lists, and we're gonna make it look great. Like this. So let's move over to my computer and get started. So here we are. I have opened a new document, and the first thing I did was I renamed it Swedish Meatball Recipe, and I moved it into the correct folder on my drive. So now we're gonna start by the layout, and for that I'm gonna insert a table. Under insert, we go to table, and I know I want 2 columns, but I'm not sure how many rows, so I do 2 by 5 as a starter. Now I know that the first 2 are going to be single columns, so I mark those 2, I right click and I go down to merge cells, and then I do the same with the next 2, merge cells. In the top one, I then write Swedish meatballs. I want the text to be centered, so I go up to my align, I center it, and I want it to be bigger, so I increase the size. I could change the fonts and all of that, but for now this is good. In the second one, I click, I align, center, and then I want to insert an image, and I'm going to search the web. So I write Swedish meatballs, click enter, and here is the picture I want to insert. I mark it and I click insert. So now we have my image and my text. I also want a little introduction to Swedish meatballs. The next 2 cells I mark and I go and merge them as well. And now I have my text here that I want to insert. I have all the text, the recipe and everything on a separate document here. So I copy that text and I go back to my third row here and I click paste. The first few sentences up to here are just text that we want to run as it is, and the second part are starting with they were first created. I highlight and I create a bullet list. So there we have the fun facts about my Swedish meatballs. Now we're going to start inserting the recipe. So the first part of the recipe is the general information. I copy that. I paste that into the first cell here. In the cell underneath that, I'm going to insert the recipe itself. So I copy that and paste it in here. Now I realized I need more rows. So I right click in the cell I am, insert row below. The second part is already in here. Let's see. Here we have cream gravy. So I highlight that, I copy and cut it out, and I click the next cell and paste it in there. Now I need the follow along method. So I insert a row below. I want to merge these cells, and let's go back and copy that piece of information, the method. We copy that, we paste it in here. Now I have the basic form. Let's pull this. If I put my pointer over here, you see a little line with double arrows. I can extend that part of the cell so the recipe starts on the next page. And to make it a little more interesting, I put my marker in this cell, I right click and I go down to table properties. And under cell, I can choose vertical alignment. So I choose middle here. So you see this ends up in the middle of the cell. Down to the recipe here. The first part of the recipe, I'm going to highlight that and create a bullet point list. The same for the cream gravy. Highlight and click bullet point list. And now I'm just dragging this down to the bottom of this so I have the cells evenly distributed. In the method itself, I want to make this a numbered list. So I highlight the text and I click numbered list here. And here we have it, the different steps to create them. As you saw on the original, I had created a shopping list in this column next to it. Let's create that again. Let's start by highlighting these 3 cells here. Right click and merge cells. So now we have only 1 column. So at the top I write shopping list, I skip a line and then I go in under insert horizontal line and I do this 4 times. Now I'm gonna highlight and copy these 4 lines. I place my marker under the last line and I paste them. Do I have room for pasting it one more time? There we go. So now you see everything is placed where I want it. Now I want to get rid of the lines. So I put my marker anywhere within the table, any cells, and I right click and choose table properties again. And if we go down to under color here, I can change the border to 0 points instead of 1. And as you can see, all of a sudden, all the lines in the cells has disappeared. I can also change the background color for each cell. For example, if I'm up in the top one that says Swedish meatballs, I put the yellow in the back and I go up and change to the blue in the text. And all of a sudden we have the colors of the Swedish flag in that cell. So there you have it, how to format the layout using tables, inserting bullet point or numbered lists, and rearrange cells in a table. In my next video, we're going to talk about template, how to use the already made templates in Google Docs, but also how you can create your own table. I'm going to create one if you, for example, have an email list that we are going to save so we can reuse it. If that is something you want to learn, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you get notified. Until next time, bye.